Welcome everybody to KiwiRadio.nz, weekly podcast showcasing New Zealand music. I'm your host Ralphie, and we have two guests today. Sonic Space Lab has joined us, as well as Outsiders. So stick around for today's episode. We've got Louise on the phone that will be joining us straight after this first song. The opening track is called Coming Out on the Other Side, and on the other side of this track, we will be talking to Louise about his new record. Also want to do a big shout out to upfm.co.nz, simulcasting our stream.
This is Up FM.
Welcome to the show. That's a great upbeat techno track to start off today's episode. Sonic Space Lab is the studio project of music producer Luis Rod, based in Dunedin, but originally from Venezuela. We actually have him on the phone right now, and he's going to chat to us about his new record. Welcome to the show there, Luis.
Hello, Ralphie.
Excellent. So how are you?
Very happy to be here.
Excellent. Yeah, it's great to have you. And I'm glad we've got some techno in today's episode because we are simulcasting on upfm.co.nz. And if you haven't heard of UpFM, you've been living in a hole. But basically, that's full spectrum dance music 24/7. Check them out, and we're streaming on there right now. So tell us about your new album.
Yes. Thank you. So
We've got a live audience today.
I can see that. I cannot see them. I can hear them.
Yeah, they're like ghosts and spirits from the many generations of clubbing decades.
Nice.
So
They're like invisible friends.
Invisible friends. I have many of those. Yeah, I do. Sadly, but anyway,
Cool.
it's about your album today. Tell us what have you been writing?
Oh, well, I kind of finished working with a production company, TV production company, and I set up a new studio. And I don't know, I got very into electronic music again because I've always been a fan. I grew up listening to bands like Underworld and back in the early 2000s, especially Underworld. I love them. Banco de Gaia. And I watched this video on YouTube of a German music producer, Ben Boma, where he's playing on a hot air balloon live, he said.
Wow, that's fancy.
It was pretty cool. He did that in Turkey over the desert.
That is really cool. That's super fancy. Yeah, that's cool.
It's awesome. I'll send you the link.
Yeah, send me. Yeah, please.
Yeah, and my girlfriend and me, we did that tour as well of the hot air balloon in the same place, and the music, I loved it. So I thought, yeah, I don't know, I felt very inspired, and I've always loved electronics. So I went for, let's see what happens.
That's cool. Have you always been primarily a techno producer, or have you also dabbled in other genres?
No, not at all. I produced an electronic music album back in 2013 in Venezuela. Ambient, it was very well received in the underground kind of scene in Caracas. Yeah, I would suddenly go to a party and it was playing, and I was like, "Whoa, how did you guys got it?"
Yeah, that's really cool.
That was cool. Yeah, and I've always been into electronics and synthesizers. I just love synths and their sounds since I think maybe being a kid and watching movies like Blade Runner or Chariots of Fire. You know, those soundtracks.
Vangelis, like Vangelis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly, man. Exactly. So I got into those kind of sounds and they sound different than every other movie. So
what is it that separates a synthesizer as an instrument compared to something like a guitar or a piano? What is it? What's so special about synthesizers?
I think I don't see them quite different from a guitar, for example. Because if you have an analog synthesizer, you need to tune it.
Yeah.
You need a tuner.
unless you've been some of them are actually on just on the last episode we had Samantha Josephine, and I think she's from that region of the world as well, Venezuela. I can't remember, but
Oh, really? Cool.
I'm not sure. You'll have to listen back. But Samantha Josephine had a guitarist in her band who didn't like tuning his guitar because there were too many rules if you did that.
Yes.
You know, so but yeah, so you can tune synthesizers, yes, but have you ever produced a track with a detuned synthesizer or alternate tuning synthesizer, you know, something like that?
Yes.
You have? Okay.
Actually, yes. On this album, sometimes I was recording at late at night, maybe after coming back from having some drinks with friends, and I would just turn it up and whatever comes out of it, if it sounds good, sounds good.
Yeah.
So there are probably some out of tune synths on the album.
But in a good way. In a good way.
In a good way, hopefully.
Hey, so we're going to go straight to your next song. It's called There's No Gravity. Tell us a little bit about the track.
Yes, this song, I actually released this song 2 years ago, but it's very special for me because I originally produced this song in Caracas.
Mhm.
I don't know, a long time ago. And it's about this Argentinian songwriter that I was always a fan and I grew up listening to his music, Gustavo Cerati. And he had a cardiovascular accident.
Whoa.
And he went into a coma.
Whoa.
For years. Yeah, and his last album was very psychedelic, and it would talk about being connected to the universe. So yes, it's a great album. I loved it, and so he kind of inspired this song. And I originally wrote it in Spanish, and then rewrote it in English, and kind of rearranged it a little bit. And I'm very happy about it.
So there's words in this one?
Yes, I'm singing on this one.
You're the singer as well. Okay, tell us a little bit about the story then. What are you saying in the words?
The song talks about a person that is in a place very far away, and for some reason they cannot come back to Earth. I did this song originally for a band that I was playing with, and we were all into psychedelic electroacoustic music. And this kind of talks about being in a place where you're happy, but you cannot go back to where you were.
Right. Okay. Well, let's have a listen to it now. And Louise, thanks again for being with us today. Sonic Space Lab is the name of the project, and you're listening to KiwiRadio.nz. Hope you enjoy this next tune. Look for me through a mirror. Face it up the sky. It will reflect the light. It's so hard to go back at this distance. An inner spaceship's traveling.
There's no gravity. There's a place I found. Is there for us to float around? There's no gravity, and it's alive a million years away from here. It's so hard. I guess this balance. I mean, there's spaceships traveling. There's no
Kiwi Radio.NZ. Well, that's our first guest, but he will be back very soon. Our first guest is Sonic Space Lab with that track called There's No Gravity. He's got a cool new record out, which we've been talking to him about. And we also have a secondary guest today, which I'll bring up very soon. They're called The Outsiders. But first, I will play a track that Louise recommended in terms of his favorite Kiwi song by another artist. It's Speech Act Theory, and we've actually had them on the show. So the track is called Holding Out, and again, it's Kiwi music.
It's chance I never even had yours. There were times I prayed I never ever felt in doubt. Now I'm walking out, I'm walking out, I'm walking out on something that seems right. I've been holding out for someone, but I'm not about to move on. I'm holding out for someone just like you. In my mind, I'm always with you. All I wanna do is just you. I'm holding out for someone just like you. stick around. I'm looking like I'm decorative. I'm stuck on you. I think I need a sedative. I'm self-assured. I'm holding out for something else. I'm holding out for someone that I'm not about to move on. I've been holding out for someone just like you. In my mind, I'm always with you, but I wanna run and look to be somewhere closer, holding you. I need to reinvigorate, I need to meditate on it, I need to set this straight. I need to calibrate my heart and expectantly my brain and complicate. Now it's done, it's got to and what we're doing is a vacuum. Day is nearly done, but I feel like I'm wanting to do I stay away. I'm holding out for someone, and I'm not about to move on. Yeah, I'm holding out for someone just like you.
Oh, I love it. That is Speech Act Theory, an alternative electronica band from Auckland, New Zealand. And they have been on our podcast. I just flicked Pete a quick message saying that we love your song, and he did say thank you for playing it. So yeah, it's really cool how the community kind of supports each other. Up next, we have our next act for today, Outsiders. They're twin sisters, actually. So we've got both of them today, Joe and Sharon there. Hello, welcome to the show. Joe and Sharon, they're playing some great music all the way from Christchurch, I believe. Is that right? They're talking to each other, murmuring. Welcome. You are live, hot mic. Let's go. Can you hear?
Okay.
Yes. Can you hear?
Yes, we can hear you. Yeah.
Awesome. Welcome to the show there, Joe and Sharon. I believe you're both from Christchurch. Is that right?
Yeah, we sure are. We're from Christchurch, yeah.
Awesome. I've got a special button just for that.
Cha-cha, Christchurch.
Welcome to the show, and we're going to be showcasing your music today, starting off with a track called The Legend of Harry Head. Tell us a little bit about the song.
Well, Harry Head was a character on the peninsula, in Christchurch Peninsula, from Hickory Bay.
Okay.
And he was an amazing person. He was a botanist and a naturalist, and he lived on Hickory Bay. And he used to sing to the seals in Gaelic, and he was the only one that lived in Hickory Bay at that particular time.
Wow.
And, the song's about him. and our beloved peninsula.
Lovely. We're going to hear the song now, and then we'll go straight back to you and do a little bit of an in-depth interview of Outsiders. By the way, where can we check out your music?
At Bandcamp with Outsiders, CHCH on Bandcamp.
Awesome. Check them out.
All my tools, my pick, my pan and shovel, and with a dog and a blanket, started back to Hickory Bay. The Cree Indians crossed the Red River Plains, never to return again. Boulders were rolled across the plains by rivers of ice. Also in other parts of France. A lamp was lit in the windows at night. The sisters lay dreaming as he sat down to write. A map of the stars, the old family tree, the bones of a Noah in a cave by the sea. Oh well, Harry spoke Gaelic to the seals of the rocks. He'd walk for miles through the bush and he'd never get lost. I saw the girl that I loved for the very last time, playing piano in a hand-me-down gown. Oh, they poisoned her heart with rumors and lies. Oh, child of misfortune, come leave here, we'll far away. Oh well, some dumb fucker wants to land next door. From the top of the valley to the edge of the shore. A storm was blowing from paradise. A blood-red sun hung in a sunken sky. I saw a giant totara crowned in flames. There were guns in the trees, a horse with no mane. Oh, I curse you, merry gentlemen. I wish that you were dead. Leave us all in peace. I'll feel the wrath. Feel the wrath. I feel the wrath of Harry Head. I'll sign Peter Vangioni, the twins and me. Peter Vangioni, the twins and me. Can the Cree Indians cross, never to return again? never to return again.
This is Up FM.
Awesome sounds there by Outsiders. Real 60s heavy riff kind of influence there. Some of their musical influences include R.L. Burnside, Link Ray, Ethiopian Music and the X, Nicky Sudden, Bonnie Prince Briley, Albert Ayler, glam rock, punk rock, The Electric Mayhem, and so much more. In fact, none of these bands I've ever heard of, so I've got a lot of homework straight after this episode. But welcome to the show there, gals. That sounds like a male singer there. Would that be Cam, the other...
No.
Oh,
No,
okay.
it is not Cam. It's our singer is Alan Wright, and he's also our saxophonist as well.
Excellent. And you've also got Peter Vangioni on drums, I believe.
That's right, yeah.
And
Cam
what is it that
on
you got?
second
That you
guitar.
He's guitar. And what about what instruments do you play in terms of the outfit?
I play bass guitar.
Yep. And what
And
about
my twin sister Joanne, she sings and plays lead guitar and rhythm.
Awesome. That's very cool. How did this band start?
We kind of been here a long time in Christchurch. We've been in several bands from the Stepford Five, Snort, Tryhards, Dark Matter, and lots of different bands. And some of the people have played with each other. Oh, I forgot to mention Nicole Moffat is our keyboard player. And we all know each other, have a long history together, most of us, not all of us. But yeah, and we decided to get together with Alan 2 years ago, and we just started playing then. Yeah.
Excellent. Well, what are you doing this year in terms of music?
We've just done our EP. We just did a live gig at Balloons Bar 2 weeks ago. So that was fun, and now we're writing some more new songs.
That's cool. And well, thank you for showcasing some of the songs today. We'll get started with the next track here called Shot in the Dark. Who's the songwriter for this one?
Alan Wright is the songwriter, and it's actually a song about something that personal, I think. Or yeah.
Well, we like personal songs because they actually mean something. So there we go.
It's all in the words anyway. It's all in the words.
We'll go check it out now. And the band, everyone, is called Outsiders. Go check them out on Bandcamp.
I watched him from across the room, a face in the mirror and a sense of doom. Put down the book and read no more. Too scared to move, too frightened to cough, to look at the clock, to stop, to stop. Sit down on the bed, get up again. The floor is high of the ceiling. Whoa, dumbstruck and happy to meet me. The world looks so cool from under glass. Lights turn red on Billy Ann. On the journey to the end of the night, into the shadows, the edge of the park. Out of the silence comes a shot in the dark. Must change your life. You must change your life. There's blood on the moon, a hole in your heart. Wake up tomorrow and things fall apart.
This is Up FM.
Outsiders there from Christchurch. We've got the twin sisters, a couple of band members there from that group. Welcome back to the show, ladies.
Hey.
Hey, so tell me about your favorite records. There's quite a mix there happening. Just rattle out some of your favorite records.
God, there's too many. I can't, there's too many.
Well, we've got 3 hours.
Yeah.
No, we don't actually.
Oh, yeah. Well,
That-
actually, we go back a long way. So we work from the punk days. So,
yeah.
yeah. So we've had really,
Punks.
The Fall is probably
The
probably
Fall.
one of our favourites, I'd say. Yeah.
Yeah. Any others?
The Slits.
Mm-hmm.
Captain Beefheart. What else, Sharon? Oh, gosh. Thousands. I just couldn't even name them.
So is punk
Yeah.
is punk the core of the sound?
Oh, no, not really. I think it's a mixture of jazz, of kind of sort of a punky, a little bit of punk. It's quite eclectic, like primitive sounds, repetitive riffs. All our influences are kind of in that music.
Mm-hmm. Is there
Yeah.
a particular decade that you gravitate towards?
Well, we were sort of started playing music in the 80s, so the 80s were really exciting in Christchurch.
Tell me about it. I would have been a toddler,
right
so
the 90s.
yep. What made the 80s
that's
vibrant?
what I mean. You're too young. We're too old. You're too young.
What was happening?
But,
What was happening in Christchurch in the 80s? Go, tell me.
Well, in the 80s, I played in a band called the X-Men, and lots of other bands as well. And in the 90s, I played with an all-girl band called Snort and the Stepford Five. So, and other bands as well. So there's a really long history with all of us.
Wow, that's amazing. You should definitely send me some more music. I'd love to play it on the show.
Oh, yeah, we will. Yeah, we've got so much music. It's
Honestly,
ridiculous.
the most that someone has sent me, and usually I ask for 3 songs, but NSU, shout out to him. I think he's in Canada. Sent me 2 gigs of music. So if you can break that record, if you've got enough space on your Google Drive or whatever.
I don't think I've broke that record, but I have got a lot of stuff, a lot of music that we've recorded over the years.
Yeah, definitely just send them through.
And it hasn't really. Oh, I will do actually. Yeah.
I got to really believe it was you, Joe, today about our radio station. If you don't mind me reading it out, it's so basically words of encouragement. I think we're up to like 47 episodes doing this.
I think you're doing a brilliant job.
Thank you. Yeah. And doing this as sort of a passion project, one-man band. And then I all of a sudden got Joanne's lovely email saying, cheers for all your good work. Watched yesterday's show on YouTube. We don't really have a student radio station here these days. RDU is a much more commercial station, and I think you're filling in an important gap, especially for young and new artists to be heard. And when I read that, I just got such warm and fuzzies,
Yeah, that's always. I always appreciate that that people will give you feedback in the comments because it just encourages people,
Yeah. Well, you've got a long history of music. Tell us some of the more exciting sounds coming out of Christchurch specifically. Is there anything that we should keep an eye on?
Metal.
Metal, yeah.
Yeah, that's sort of like a really cool band. You go look on Bandcamp. I think they've got their new album on.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm just trying to think what else. Violet French. She's a Christchurch woman. She's put out a new album. And of course, people like Oh, thanks. Sorry, off the hat, but it's been quite slow. The
Mm.
venues are sort of down, and they're just starting to come back up again, and people
Yeah.
are just starting to play. So
Yeah, so you
Yeah.
mentioned you played a gig recently. Any others coming up?
yeah. Well, we haven't got any others coming up. We don't. Well, our album's sort of coming out soon, so we might have a bit of a gig then, but not sure. But yeah.
But so you've got a Bandcamp, but is there anywhere people can head towards in terms of gig guide?
Just trying to think. To buy music, you mean? Sorry.
Oh no, to check you guys live. Is there a gig guide?
Oh yeah, no, there's just really the Bandcamp.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, it's just I'm getting an echo here, and it's quite difficult to talk. So
Sometimes we do get
I'm not
submarine
sure.
echoes. If that's happening, definitely
it's
just
quite-
mute the computer. But
it's
yeah,
a
no.
bit disconcerting. I'm speaking and I'm hearing you, and I'm hearing my voice. So
Okay, if
Sorry.
that's happening, please just mute your computer, and that will stop happening. And but yeah, sometimes we do
I've
get
done
those
that.
those
It's like,
yeah, technical glitches,
Was
man.
it yay? Who said yay?
That was my co-host. He's getting a bit rowdy there in the
yay.
background. We also have a live audience.
Oh, yay! Clapping. Oh, cool.
And we also in the VIP seats, we also have Kyle from South Park.
Hi.
But he just laughs at me the whole time. I don't know why.
Is that the baby?
No, that was Kyle from South Park.
Oh, cute.
And then we've got
Cha-cha, Christchurch.
yeah. Anyways,
Cool.
so anyways, thank you so much for joining us today. Our show is almost gone.
You're welcome.
We
Ralph.
also
Thank you.
stick around. We've got
Thank you,
Louise
Ralph.
from Sonic Space Lab in the show as well. We're going to close off your segment though with West of the Tracks. And thanks for
Right.
joining us. And
Thank
stay
you.
cool. Okay.
Thanks,
Stay cool.
Ralph.
Stay creative.
Awesome.
Keep making music.
Bye. See ya. Bye.
That's and then we will swing straight back to Louise, waiting patiently there. Some electronic music. Sonic Space Lab. He's got a beverage. He's actually got the same beverage as I do. We're not sponsored, so I'm not going to show you the logo. But yeah, stick around for some electronic music straight after. This is Outsiders from Christchurch in the meantime with a track called West of the Tracks.
This is Up FM.
Cha-cha, Christchurch.
Yeah, there's some really cool sounds happening from Christchurch right now, and that's definitely the standout for me. Outsiders, go check them out. Really cool. And Sonic Space Lab, we actually have on the phone. Really cool, actually. That it was, these guys. Louise is making some great electronic music, actually. And I'm going to call him back now and talk about his new album called Cycles, which is just out in, I believe, 3 days' time. And so if you want to check that out, there's a pre-save link. Go to bfan.link/Sonic Space Lab Cycles, and that will show you his Bandcamp, Facebook, Instagram, Spotify. Welcome back to the show there, Louise.
Happy to be back.
And happy to be listening to your tunes today. We actually got your next song, Cycles, lined up. We should probably outro the show in a specific time on the hour, on the dot kind of thing. So, so tell us a little bit about this track.
Yeah.
This is the title track, so it must be important.
It was.
Why is this song important?
Well, I don't know, because I had an idea of making like an album or an EP, and when this track, I don't know, happened, because I was just jamming in the studio with the synthesizers, and it just happened, and I was like, yeah, I think this is the track that is going to give the name to the Cycles. The whole music. Yeah, the whole is about the cycles in life.
Cool.
You know, we've all been through very hard times with the pandemic, COVID, everybody. But I don't know. Personally, in my family, we had people that really had a very bad time with COVID. So
really,
that was a hard time.
Tell me more about that.
Oh, they passed away.
Oh no.
Yeah, so it was pretty tough.
Wow.
And in that moment, my girlfriend, mother, and me, we needed kind of something to cheer us up. And this music happened because of that experience.
Yeah. That's some of the best music. I'm sorry to hear that. That's really sad. But it's coming from a real place. This next piece of music, in terms of when jamming with synthesizers, was there a particular piece of kit that got it up and running?
Yes, I got a couple of monophonic synthesizers I love.
What were they? Brand model?
The Arturia Mini Brute.
Oh, everyone's talking about the Mini Brutes.
It's amazing. I did all of the noises, the swooshes. The other track that we played, you know, the
yes,
that's the Mini Brute.
That's the Mini Brute as well.
Yeah, just jamming on it.
Is it a preset synthesizer? Like, does it have presets, or is it more of a hands-on, straight from scratch?
It's fully analog.
Fully analog, yeah.
So
that's what scares me about some of the analog stuff. Is I'm like, you mean there's no recall button? It's just you have to sculpt.
But you get it, you record it, and that's it.
So tell me,
you can take photos of the of the knobs and everything and the failures.
Yes.
And you try to replicate them.
Yes.
And it doesn't sound the same.
Yep.
It's not exactly the same.
No. That's the thing about analog synthesizers, is it's like it's got a personality of its own, and you can never quite replicate it. It's almost like when I talk to a guitarist, right? They talk about the humidity, the temperature, you know, the string is not quite at 440 hertz, 440 hertz, perfect C pitch, that kind of thing. But with synthesizers, there's all these different things happening, and it's not, there's something.
Yeah. that's why I see them as a guitar as well. You need to tune it, and they're
Yeah.
kind of chaotic.
Yeah, yeah.
You don't know what you're gonna get out of them.
That's very cool. Tell us, where is the main place we can check out your music?
Well, it's everywhere. It depends on wherever you like to listen to your music on YouTube or Spotify or Bandcamp. It's everywhere. I think you can just do a search on Google,
Yeah.
Sonic Space Lab,
Tell you what,
and you'll probably find it.
I'm gonna direct people to your Bandcamp because I like that platform. So sonicspacelabb.bandcamp.com, and you'll see there Luis Rodriguez, Venezuelan composer and sound engineer based in Dunedin, New Zealand. So are you still in Dunedin now?
Yes, absolutely.
What's the weather like right now?
It was beautiful today.
Really?
Like summer, 15
No way.
degrees. For us, that's summer.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say I thought Dunedin, you're always single digits.
Not all the time. It depends. If you're in the shade, definitely. But under the sun, it was definitely 15 degrees. Very, very nice.
How are you climatizing? Because you're from Venezuela, right?
Yeah.
I'm checking them out now. The weather there is currently 21 degrees. So are you, I don't know, like how are you still alive?
Actually, I never liked hot, humid weather,
Okay. Why
which
is
is
that?
what we have in Venezuela all year long.
Right.
So, yeah, I don't know. The winter is cold, especially indoors, because the houses are very old. But
Opening a beverage
yeah,
right now.
the summer is worth it, man.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. The peninsula, the beach is beautiful. It's a great city.
Yeah, well, I'm originally from the Philippines, so I know what you mean when
Wow.
it coming from
Yeah.
a near the equator, which
Yeah,
I believe
tropical weather.
tropical weather. For anyone that doesn't know, Venezuela is the capital of I believe South
No,
America.
Venezuela is the country. Caracas is the capital.
Right. Caracas is the capital. Have you been to Caracas?
I was born there.
Oh, there we go then. So you have been there. What sort of music can we find that's really popular in Venezuela?
Reggaeton.
Is reggaeton? Is techno a popular thing there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was very lucky to be able to go to the very first raves in Venezuela.
Yeah.
And they would bring, because Venezuela has a lot of oil. So we were very
Yes.
rich. But the social and economics and political situation didn't, work very well. But back in the day, you will have DJs from Germany, the Netherlands,
Wow.
Belgium, France, doing raves, staying for months. I went to a rave that lasted for a week at the beach.
That's
Yes.
crazy.
So you will camp and you will have techno music almost 24 hours a day.
There's probably a few hot balloons with DJ sets on them too, right?
Probably they were.
Why not? Oh, that's amazing. A week long. What's
Yeah.
that festival called? Do you remember?
It was Patanemo. That's the name of the beach. So,
Yeah.
but it was like a special event because there was a solar eclipse
Wow.
right in the middle of the week. And it was kind of like the first rave in Venezuela. And it was amazing. It completely blew my mind.
Yeah, that's amazing.
And yeah, from then on, electronic music and techno, I was absolutely into it.
Do you,
Yeah.
as an electronic producer, some producers migrate to DJing as well. Have you considered, or are you already DJing your music?
I did some DJ in Venezuela around 2014 with a friend of mine that she's a proper DJ
Yeah.
from Caracas, DJing Angels. she's amazing. She's got a gig this weekend.
Oh,
By the
really?
way.
You want to give it a plug?
I should. I think she posted something that I saw a couple of hours ago. She's playing on a gig in Caracas,
Yep.
DJing Angels. She's amazing. And we would do like DJ sets together because we also did electronic music, kind of with Ableton Live, a couple of laptops, and she would sing one song. I would play the
Nice.
loops. Then we would turn. I would sing, and she would play the loops.
Yeah.
And it was like a ongoing party. We never pressed stop.
Wow.
We just kept going for an hour or an hour and a half.
Yep.
And yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah, no, that's cool. I mean, that's the thing I like about, for example, if I'm at a techno club, you know, if I'm in the dance floor, I want to be dancing. So you kind of want the music to be nonstop. If I want to chill out, I'll go
Exactly.
outside for a while and then come back, right? So I mean,
Exactly.
yeah, you know, I've talked to DJs where they're like, you know, yeah, they're creating a party environment. So that's what you're doing there. So my question again is, are you going to be gigging, DJing your music out at some point, or have you considered it, especially with the launch of the new album Cycles?
I'd love to.
What's stopping
I've been
you?
rehearsing. Oh, time.
Time is stopping you.
I
Yeah.
wish the day would have like 32 hours.
Yeah, me too. I kind of wish we had. You're such a nice fella to talk to. I kind of wish that I squeezed more of
Me
an
too.
more of an interview.
Yeah,
But
that would be great.
so, do you have much more music? Maybe you can come back on another episode and show us some more tracks. I'd love to
I'd love
showcase
to
your
do
music.
that
Yeah.
as well.
We do have a couple of guests coming back. They're not a one hit wonder. They come back to the podcast time and time again. And actually, we're going to close off the podcast very soon now. But before we do, I just want to shout out our next upcoming guests. Next week we had Hybrid Rose, Joy to May, followed by Beth Torrance and David Kirby. Is actually coming back to the podcast. Then we got a Kiwi Rock special with JP Carroll from Arrays, written by Wolves with Michael Murphy. Remember him from Idol. He will be joining the podcast, as well as Will Marshall, Nigel Perry, Bad for Education, Samantha Josephine, Joe Bermudez. We got Smart Parks calling us all the way from South Africa, plugging his new single, and many more. So hopefully you will schedule another time and we'll do another showcase of 3 different tracks. How does that sound?
Sounds great.
That's awesome. Anything else you'd like to conclude with?
Well, yes, I would like to thank you, Ralph.
Thank you.
Thanks for having me. And I also want to. And well, I just hope to people, if you've been through hard times, you haven't been the only one.
Yeah, absolutely.
And yeah, this music to me personally, it got me in a good mood.
Yeah.
Upbeat. You know, sometimes that's all we need, just a push.
Yeah.
So I hope the music from the album helps other people as it helped me and my partner.
Absolutely. I mean, that's kind of how I'm keeping sane right now with the state of the world that we're in, with so much happening. You almost like feel lost on where to focus. I appreciate the things that I enjoy in life, and music is one of them. As they say, the age-old saying, when talking fails, music works every single time. So
Absolutely.
well, thank you so much, Sonic Space Lab, Louise, for joining us on today's podcast. Be sure to check him out again, sonicspacelab.bandcamp.com. He is dropping a brand new track in 3 days, right?
A whole album.
My goodness. A whole album.
Of techno music.
That's amazing. And we're going to play one of those techno songs right now. It's a 5-minute saga to conclude the episode. And I want to thank our sponsors, upfm.co.nz. We also have MikeandTheNight.com from Canada, plugging us every week on his talk show. It's amazing. And we also have our podcast that streams every Tuesday, 7 p.m. New Zealand time, kiwiradio.nz. Go check it out. Download some previous podcasts. And we hope to have you back tuning in to some wonderful Kiwi music. Thanks again, Louise, for being on the show.
Thank you, Ralphie.
Stay cool, stay creative. What a great guy. And this track is already putting me in a very, very great mood. And if you love house music, techno music, all that sort of stuff, head along to upfm.co.nz and check out the other live shows happening every week. We have Sure Shot doing Thursdays. That's a really cool breakbeats. That's my favorite show on UpFM. And you have good old Ralphie, Tuesday, 7 p.m. Anyways, that's enough of me. Have a great day, everybody.
This is Up FM.
Have a good night, everybody. That's the show.